Let's
Hello,
go.
welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. Things are a little bit different today. You may notice that we have got a special guest down here, and this is Phoenixton. So the intention of today was it was going to be an open session, bit of an Ask Me Anything, and it was going to be on Twitch, but unfortunately the upload speed currently in my area is awful, so we're recording it locally with one of our local celebrities, and we're going to see where we can get to. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Phoenixton. I don't really know what you had, but yeah, I think I'm here because I'm mostly in charge of the tournaments at ECL, and because that resolve actually likes me. I think that's it.
So,
Are we here to talk about a few decks for beginners to start with?
yeah, so we've got a couple of decks. I'm going to have to actually move over to my actual game screen here. So you're kind enough to bring us to one of which is sort of an established deck that, for whatever reason, isn't really respected in the metagame. And this is the Primal carry deck. So should we talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Is this your version or mine?
This is the version you sent.
Okay, perfect. So just to add to what I was telling you, this is a version that Strategize actually made at some point and never actually claimed. I don't know. I had tremendous success with the deck on ladder, on events. I feel like it's one of the best decks on ladder. And as you said, it's not that well played, so that much played. So we could talk about this. Clearly, I love the deck. I feel like it's got a lot of answers to popular threats on ladder. So I feel like it's well positioned. I think we can start with this one.
I mean, there's a few things going on with Primal Carrier. I mean, there's also Trumpets, who is a well-known Primal Carrier deck who just always wins everything with that deck.
So don't quote me on this, but I believe that Tony actually looked at Trumpet's deck and was like, okay, so if you want to make a cool Icaria, Primal Icaria deck, you've got to take Trumpet's list, you've got to take another list, power repetition, and you make like the perfect deck like this. And this deck is working great for me, so I think he was right.
Yeah. So you do have a couple of additions here that I don't normally play, but probably correct to be playing. So
is it Lightning Strike?
Well, Lightning Strike I can understand. Well, I'm going to start from the top, so basically like from units down. So you've got a Valkyrie Enforcer, which I'm going to assume is in here as like a toolbox piece that's going to go if you rise the challenge.
Definitely. I had a few problems with you don't face Macto much on ladder, but when you do, it's a difficult matchup. So Valkyrie Enforcer was there for this. It is one of the additions that I made to the deck that wasn't in Tony's original deck.
Yeah, because since the Merchants, I think that the Valkyrie Enforcer sort of gone down in being played in this deck, but it's really still one of the better threats, and it allows you to actually beat down other control decks.
Yeah.
Whereas that's something you can't normally do, as well as Dawnwalkers, because I've had enough of that guy.
Yeah, a silence for the Dawnwalker is always like it allows you not to play bring down or something. You can actually tutor this, so I like it. I like it as a one-off.
Yeah, having like the tutor toolbox just means that this deck feels a lot more consistent, because not only does it have the Winchester Merchant, but like it's got Rise to the Challenge. I think Rise to the Challenge has got sort of a bit of an anti-synergy and like a sort of meta way with Merchants in that. So when you've got Rise to the Challenge, generally you want to play out up until 10 and 11 power, because then you can do plays like Rise for Daisho or Rise for Icaria.
Yeah.
But then Merchant sort of makes you want to hold power, but generally we're sort of up on cards in this deck. Okay, so we're just about to talk about the 5 Wisdom Elders. Yeah, so we've actually got 5 Wisdom Elders in this deck because we've got, well, Wisdom Elders, but we've also got Privilege Rank, which is going to just dig us through 2 power sources, which is generally what we want because we are a power-hungry deck. Just having anything that gets us additional cards is just great because we do have Merchants. So,
coming back to Rise, I believe that Rise's best target isn't Icaria or Rizan. Most of the times it's going to be Runehammer.
Yeah.
It allows you to actually get through, for example, the pump spells in combo aggro. You can Runehammer plus Torch is always a great play. Runehammer all around is actually a great weapon. Like it's always been, but it had problems against Ikaria decks, and Rise allows you to bypass that. Daisho is mostly there to beat down on Temple, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Privilege of Frank makes the Seek power in this deck kind of awkward, actually. Most of the times it is more correct to go for a Fire Sigil with the Seek power, unless you absolutely need the Justice Sigil, because you want to be able to actually cast Privilege of Frank in the later turns. So if you've drawn all of your Justice Sigils, that's not exactly great.
Yeah. And a Risen for Runehammer can actually kill every single threat in Feln, as well as Sandstorm Titan, so that goes without saying. And then just having Runehammer in the mirror for their Rizons is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Rizon's sort of a brick in the mirror of found. Until you actually just ground each other out and you just randomly draw this like 10-9 lifesteal guy. Just what's this?
Yeah.
But generally, if this is just like snapped off on turn 6 just to be aggressive, you just like Runehammer it and you feel great.
Definitely, yeah. This version, the only problem we've found with this version is that sometimes, since you're so light on units and so light on weapons, sometimes when you cast Ikaria, you won't find your Ikaria boosted units or weapons very soon. So that's why Wisdom and Strategize are so important, and sometimes it is correct to wait a bit, and Rise to the Challenge can get you the boosted units.
Yeah, and we can actually take turns off as well, because we've got like Hailstorms and Harsh Wills. We can, if we've Hailstormed some sort of beatdown deck on 3, they have a turn to recover, and then we just get to like Rise for Rizan, and Rizan is going to close the door there because it could be a 7-power lifesteal that's going to turn up and kill something.
When Praxis Token is very dominant, I go to 4 Hailstorm, but since he was aggro combo these days, I went to 3. It's less efficient against aggro combo. So for now, I'd stay at 3 Hailstorms. It definitely was 4 before, because it was the Praxis Token meta.
Yeah, I think the Winchester Merchant is actually my favourite merchant for this deck as well. Because obviously, I feel like you definitely need one of either Fire or Justice, because you really want Ikaria and Rizan in the market. But also just being able to hit like an off-faction spell like Vision of Austerity, as well as being able to pick up 2 removal spells, is pretty nice. Because then it's just like just Winchester Merchant can just turn up and just kill something that's a problem, and in the late game just hit Harsh Will.
Yes, I think that's the deck basically. So we can either play with it a bit, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, do you want to give it a game and we'll go through it?
Sure.
I'll turn this down.
So I'm the one playing.
We can pair on this. So
I'll spectate.
Yeah, one is nice, like Skycrag opponent, please.
I mean, Skycrag aggro isn't the worst matchup you can.
Well, Skycrag aggro is a great matchup when we got this guy. I'm reckoning we should probably redraw this because I can't be that greedy when I've got friends over. Oh yes,
that's a good hand. Yeah.
I mean, as well, like the sort of meta call here that it's the 29th of the month, and we've got Hailstorm against the D1 player, so.
Oh yeah, you're gatekeeping. We got to lose.
So Ikaria here, and we do have access to Rise the Challenge and Market, so I think we can probably get away with bottoming this. But what would you sort of do in this position?
I mean, we don't know what your opponent is playing. I would keep it because it can be like it can be pretty much anything. So you can keep it and just strategize it if you really don't want it. So that allows you to keep the Rise in the Challenge for something else, maybe more relevant in the matchup, and that's okay. Probably Skycrag aggro.
Yeah, probably Skycrag aggro. I think we can probably just Crest now.
Yeah, I think
because we've got like the Hailstorm next turn if we need it. Wisdom is something
that's complicated. I I'd probably keep because you've got Hailstorm, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the correct decision is here. It depends if it's a. It should be Skycrag World, but he's playing Cobalt Waystone.
Yeah, so this could be like Feln. So if they've got like more Nightfall enables, I'm sort of fine to bottom this because we do just want to find interaction and not waste time.
That's.
Hailstorm.
I mean, you've got Strategize, so
we'll
you could actually bottom it. Yeah.
Didn't greet my opponent. Can't be rude. Also, just like sort of timely good evening there, considering it's the end of night. Okay, so this is definitely so should we strategize to try and find a crest?
Yeah.
Because if we get to find a crest or like a torch, I'm super happy.
I would want a torch actually.
Ooh. So
I think this is Seek Power going, but you can.
Yeah, I don't mind to like get rid of the Primal source and then fetch it.
Okay, and then Seek Powering it. Yeah, sure.
I suppose there's perhaps like an angle of like not showing the second Primal source, but I don't think it currently matters.
You don't care which one you get, so whichever suits you. Just not the Justice one.
Yep. Want to keep our privilege rank still alive.
There.
Also, I'm not sure how good Hailstorm is against this version, because it's Feln.
Yeah.
They do have a bunch of more big boys, like Rindra, but I guess a bunch of their units are actually quite small, like the Territorial Elf.
Make no
sense.
Ooh.
Well.
Ooh. Time we tough deck.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Runehammer's not great in this matchup anyway because they've got Nightfall enablers, but I'd rather just trade it for this 4-1.
Yeah.
Just like dismember their thing, gain a life.
I'm a bit worried of letting their 2/2 too much on the board. And at some point, Enforcer might be a good option to consider. No, kill the 4/4.
Yeah.
This is the 4/4 that should be dying because if it's not, the Hailstorm isn't very useful. But at some point, maybe we're gonna have to rise for Enforcer. It depends what they got Berserk on.
I mean, we're only like 2 turns away from killing it because we've got like Rizan into Rizan.
Yeah.
Something catch your eye.
So whatever they fetch now's got Berserk, which is sort of awful. So that's probably going to be like Rindra, I guess they've got.
Do you think that's Rindra?
Yeah.
I'd go for the Hailstorm here, but you do you.
Yeah, so if we Hailstorm here, it sets up the lifesteal, I believe, because we've got 2 spells. This will be the 3rd.
Yeah.
And then we get to
Rizan the Merchant, yeah. If we're not dead.
Yeah, well, if we're not dead, which is something that this deck can definitely
Looks fine. You're right, right? Okay, so Rizan is on a
okay, so we're loving life here, really, I guess.
You Rizan here. Definitely.
And just block? Does not care about Rapid Shot?
Okay, so if you resign, you go to 17. Yep. He's got to have a spell, which means that at most he does what? Even if he's got like Rindra's Choice, he does 10 to you. If you don't resign, if you go for Vanquish and he's got Scream, you are dead.
Yeah.
I would go for the Rizan. I'm not certain because Scream is such a problem, but Rizan answers Scream, and he's got to have a removal.
Yeah, I suppose we'll just like block anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
So just beat this.
Name, you will be
I mean, the lifesteal is relevant. I don't know if we're gonna survive this, but let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I probably can do some radical stuff. Like if they've got Rapid Shot plus Rindra's Choice, then we are dead.
Yeah.
Something catch your
eye. Did a merge of Permafrost.
Yeah.
Well, we're taking 10, but at least we get to boop this.
Technically, we're alive. Okay.
So, let's take a look in the market. Vision of Austerity, sadly, don't believe that does anything to Permafrost. So So I would really like a torch here just to be able to kill this merchant, or kill the Rindra, I guess. Just gonna play a power, just play this out, see where we're up to. If we do Vanquish, we've got nothing else to do with the turn. It's just merchant for whatever.
Yeah, but you're dead to scream.
Yeah. So you want to keep the Rindra alive?
I mean, the Rindra has to attack.
Yeah.
I would go for Ikaria.
Yeah.
You play Ikaria, you attack, you get to block. I doubt that they have what it takes to remove it.
I'm just going to close this door because someone's drilling or something.
Sure.
Not sure if you can hear that.
Ooh, never mind.
That probably kills us.
Well, if they've got rapid shot, you're dead, so...
So
you're probably dead.
Yeah, we're dead. I mean, at least there's... I guess rapid shot kills us.
Block the 5-5, yeah, it's a rapid shot. It's got to be.
Welcome to Master's Friend.
Yeah, hope so. Come on, man.
I'm hoping this is our opponent's a D1 99 pointer.
I hope so. I don't think I've played against the Fen version a bit with Second Blue, and I don't think it's a good matchup. That being said, it's not that popular right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, but generally I do like this against beatdown decks. Obviously, just Scream is traditionally just a bit of a pain for anything that's a little bit more controlling.
Well, this is a very slow version, so
yeah,
you have less. Like in the Valkyrie deck, you can play duo, you can play a melee, you can play things that are gonna keep you alive. You can't play that here. So
yeah, so just a much more slow controlling version. But I do like this against normal beatdown decks, or just a fire beatdown deck. This is great against because it's just got just the tools like Hailstorm, and then just these big finishes that just end the game so quickly.
And to be honest, Strike is great against fire-based decks.
This is great against Teacher, just
yeah. This was an additional answer to Teacher, to be honest. But even so, in Skycrag aggro, it pops the Aegis if you need it to, and it just crushes aggro in the beginning.
Yeah, it buys you a lot of time against Champions of Fury. So, do you want to pop over to the next deck?
Sure.
I think you've got a lot more to say about this one.
We've got a more fun deck.
Yeah.
For those of you who've opened, I've received the history behind this deck is that I've received an encroaching premium encroaching darkness, and as a reward for the month, and well, I had to use it at some point. And to be honest, there was a lot of Skycrag aggro and Praxis token on ladder, and Luna Magus was enticing to me, so I started playing it, and then I kind of liked having many deadly units in the deck, so that you could counter the rise of the combo aggro decks, because they don't have much to do to counter it. So I would say that the deck is fun. I wouldn't say that it's good, but I've had great success with the deck. And then when I realized that my luck was gonna turn, I was like, no, I'm gonna stop playing this deck and just keep the good memories of it. But it's a fun deck. It has a mask theme, so kind of like the Talia combo deck has a mask theme to guarantee another win condition. This one does too. It allows you to play your Encroaching Darkness quite early, and basically Encroaching Darkness can only be fetched through the Current Merchant, so that's one thing to keep in mind, and that's the reason why you're playing 2 merchants, and most of the market is 2 colors. That you can fetch everything through Aurelian Merchant and just leave the Current Merchant for the Encroaching Darkness.
Yeah. Although saying that, I do like having double Merchant because you can cycle things in and out. So it's just well, this isn't good now, and then later on in the game, it's well, this is good now, so just get it back. It's not just about hiding power.
I like the combination of Aurelion plus Karandon too, because like Aurelion is obviously very good, but Karandon is underplayed right now, and the deadly part is really good against time mid ranges decks.
Yeah. Even it's like the combo decks, it just doesn't care about how big your thing is. Just like it's going to eat it, so it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then because we've got Dark Return as well, we've just got like so much access to the market. We can just get every single card out and just have like 5 powers in here if we want.
I really like the deck, but I haven't tried it against the Temporal Distortion deck, so I believe that Encroaching Darkness won't stick. But that's it. Like maybe you can bake them into Disjunction in your mask and get the Encroaching Darkness to stick. Yeah. It's mainly it.
But we do have sort of like a lot of reach against that match, just with like the little bits of Nightfall here, and then if the game's going really late, like it should be, we should be able to like hit a Nyctophobia. Like I've always been a big fan of Moon's Nightshade, especially in like Feln sort of Nightfall beatdown decks. Just because this is just so much reach, just turning those Nightfalls into like 2 and 3 damage out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's like it's...
I went to 4 at some point. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I wish we could actually just play Nyctophobia, because then I could just live the dream of this Encroaching Darkness win condition in a control deck.
I mean, Mask allows you to basically drop Mirror's Nightshade and activate him in the same turn, which is probably what you want to do, to be honest. You kind of don't want him to... There are some specific matchups where you would want a blocker or just more pressure on the board, but most of the times you want to keep your Mirror's Nightshade because they're a big part of your win condition.
Yeah. I know we've got some technology here for playing against both Ikaria and Macto. Because
I mean, yeah, I was losing against Ikaria, and I was like, who wants to play Carnosaur? Let's play something fun. I'm not certain that's very good.
Well, Macto doesn't favour very well against Shadowlands Feaster, let me say.
Yeah.
But
then you've got to find somebody who plays Macto on ladder.
Yeah. We're all scared because of Inco Blood. No one's playing Inco Blood anymore, but I'm still scared. Just like... Macto is my kind of win condition. We've also got a lot of things covered because we do have like the Virus Choice here as well. I've got access to it.
I love Virus Choice.
So if we are playing against like the deck we just showed, the Primal Valkyrie one, and they go Rise to the Challenge, you can just like, whoops, Merchant for Virus Choice. Let's stop that before it starts. And when you got
Banish is your way to get rid of relics. It doesn't get rid of what's the name? No. Temporal Distortion, the way Disjunction does, but it gets rid of the Xenon Obelisk if you need it. It gets rid of Combustion Cell, which might be important in the matchup.
Or Runehammer, it hits that.
Yeah, it's mostly a lifesteal, a life gain deck with an alternative win condition. And to be honest, it's a lot of fun, but you've got to find a nice meta for it to work. Not a great deck, but it's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't feel like this is losing against beatdown decks just because it's got like random things like Temple Scribe, which is just like a nightmare for anyone else to deal with, and they just like make a 1/4. And they're just like, oh, how do I ever attack here? It's like permafrost it, and permafrost didn't do anything because you still tutored a card and got +1 power. So.
Yeah.
And Lunamega's like, this dude in multiples is an absolute nightmare to face down. As well as just having like Seraph stats, because the 3/4 for free is just...
It's serious stats, yeah.
Yeah.
We were discussing it earlier, where I was like, yeah, we used to be able to play Lunar Magus in Chalice because it was 2/4, and I kind of regretted the death of Nightfall Chalice because of the change, but then I was like, this is so solid stat-wise that I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
it's a great help for those
decks.
Play
Tend the Flock and Cliffside Part of Chalice.
Still play what?
Tend the Flock and Cliffside Part.
I haven't tried that kind of Chalice yet.
I mean, it's effectively like Channel Tempest. Like, costs like 1 million to draw 3 cards. Yeah, so should we take this on the ladder, see what we can do with it?
We can try.
Yeah, I think you'll be the boss of this one. Just
I'll see.
You've definitely got a lot more experience than me. Although I'm actually a really big fan of Encroaching Darkness. I did play it.
Well, I mean, you were talking to me about an Argent War control deck.
Yeah.
You tried Encroaching Darkness.
Yeah, I think this was.
I haven't tried it in this, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that was before the Wanted Poster nerf because that was how you start getting ahead. Okay, so we've got basically 4 power.
Yeah, I like the Hound.
And if we need to beat down, we can still just like play a 3-2 for 2.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably keep this.
Yeah.
I generally prefer like when I'm playing Xenon, I want to play like my double influence cards, but
for any new player, one of the other ways to activate Nightfall is the Amethyst Waystone. That I would play. Yeah, perfect. The Ember Waystone is basically here to allow you to survive. You don't play sick power, so you can play full Waystones. No problem there. Now this is a...
Yeah, just playing the mirrors.
No, I don't think so.
You're
You go for Vara's Favor, I think.
Huru Banner, we just want to leave it a little while, yeah?
Would you go for Mirror's Nightshade here?
I mean, like, assuming this is like some sort of controlling deck, yeah, just to sort of get like 6 points in, but given we've got so much power, we can probably just like play and activate this because we're like +2.
Yeah,
power.
I would go for the mask. Like, you go from merchant to merchant for anything that's interesting to you, and I would go for the mask. There is a world where you merchant for a mask and you counter the Vision of Austerity by doing mask.
Yeah. Okay. So they can't. So should we just play Shadow Sigil and then go and fetch up our mask?
I probably would.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think we should ditch here? Like the Xenobinder, do we have double time in this deck?
Do we have double time in this deck? I think Magus is double time. It is, and Thurge as well. I would go for the Amethyst Waystone.
Yeah. And then just grabbing the Mask Atonement.
Yeah. Because that forces them, unless they play Vision of Austerity main deck, which would be a shame. They have to merchant for Vision of Austerity now.
Yeah.
We're screwed if they do. Let's be honest, but.
It's a shame I've got like a sabotage in here to double check.
I would play the marketed one.
This one?
But that's this one, yeah. And you play the Xenon banner. And then we pray.
Yep, so please no whammies.
Yeah.
Rats. How did they know?
I mean, it makes sense. You're Xenon, so you can market away the masks, so it's fine. You can also go and grab the banish. Oh, no, wait for a sec. You can go and grab the banish if you'd like.
Yeah, so should we just like pop this Vara's Favor, turn it into a banish the Omni of Austerity?
Probably.
We're also getting quite close to just being like play plus activate mirrors, which is something I'm excited about. So
I'd be go ahead main phase. I'd be wary of an Hailstorm if you put mirrors on the board. You're at 6, so you're quite close to activating.
I mean, like when we just play and activate it on 7.
We can do that,
yeah. If
you draw an undepleted power.
Otherwise, we can likely just set up with the Mask Atonement. I'm not sure what sort of Huru control deck our opponent's playing here.
There was a version Bruce Bygod played that worked on the discard. You play the Mask of Torment here.
Yeah, should we just like try and tickle him for 2 with the?
Yeah, I would go for the attack.
Let's make that Hailstorm a little bit less good. And I feel incredibly smart and Finn that we destroyed their Owner of Austerity now because we get to let double mask.
Let us make.
Okay, so
that's the Bruce Bygod.
Discard deck. So should we just play an activate here?
Yeah, you don't play the Vara's Favor because the deck can play the Waystones, and you would need to go ahead. You play the Mirror's Nation here, and you activate it. You need to keep Vara's favor against those decks because you need to be able to pop the face CGs to play the Encroaching Darkness. And they've got a lot of cards, but we're going to draw 2 afterwards. If you get the opportunity to double block, sure, but you're not going to get it,
I suppose we'll just let this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen this sort of like discard Hero deck.
I really like his deck. It's fun to play and it's quite efficient.
Sight, indeed.
Oh yes, I'll accept this. What is going off with these Privilege ranks? Well, we could put a stinker with the like the second Vara's favor.
Mask plus Vara's favor is an option.
I'll boost us up a lot of power, and then we can.
The touch of shadow.
We might as well attack, to be honest.
Yeah, because
he's gonna activate the observer.
Should we play this power?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because if we get to 12, we can't double do this, but we get a lot of power next turn off the Devoted Theurge. I don't feel like it's long for this world.
Yeah, but you can activate it once.
Yeah, which gives us
nice.
+2 power, like +5 life, and trades of a removal spell. Although I feel well behind in terms of card turn, because opponent's got like max hand size.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. When your opponent attacks with the Murph Upload, you know you're in trouble. Uh-oh.
That's a great turn for him.
Ouch. Vision Austerity off the Kenner.
I've got his deck here. Let's see.
So they've got Vision of Austerity. So they're going to get to kill one of our Mask of Torment. So do you think we just go for like Loom Defender plus Nocturnal Creeper just to keep all this nonsense back?
I mean,
of course they can jump.
Kenna isn't. Yeah, Kenna is going to be flying anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's still the right play because you block the Torgoth.
Time heals all.
And you activate Nightfall.
Yeah, with the Nocturnal Creeper. And then I guess there's no point for the Vara's Favor here to save it for a pop. Because we're going to get one of these killed anyway.
You're not very lucky matchup-wise, are you?
No, it seems not. Well, our opponent's going to have to discard to hand size, so, you know, I feel like we're up here. Pretty sure they just do the Herald song, because it had a little bit of an echo.
What's Tamara's voice line? Like the special one?
Which one?
If you right click on her and this one. You always are best. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're dead, very simply.
Yeah, Dobbs. Well, I might get another go in like another matchup that's not also trying to out me.
Something catch your eye.
To be honest, the deck isn't great, but it's been working for me, so I mostly face meta decks though, so this isn't really it.
Well, we're gonna go out in style then. We're gonna Dark Return. Don't count the Dark Return.
Go for the Temple Scribe and let's see what we've got.
Yeah, well, I wanted to just go out in style, just Dark Return on Mirror's Nightshade.
Oh.
Well.
You don't even have a Vara's choice to save yourself.
On your feet, Wanderer!
Okay. We accept your terms, you've got it, alright.
The decklist is efficient. He's playing, Bruce by God was playing 4 End of Facilities, which is always a nice touch in Aurora's decks. We can try again. We can. Or if you've got any modifications you want to make, go ahead.
No, let's fire it up.
Okay.
Let's see where we get with it. See what we're looking at for time here. Okay, so we've got 37 minutes, so sort of doing good there. And we're on the play, can't lose. Oops, well I think this is just like a straight redraw. Just like, get out of here. Okay, this is good. We do have like Nightfall, which should hopefully grab us our third power.
Yeah, Nightfall prevents, mostly prevents Post Cruise.
Yeah, that's why I like the Feln sort of Nightfall deck I played before set 4.
I'm gonna spectate you in this one.
So do we want to save this perhaps?
Yeah,
It's like
I'd go for the seats.
Have a Waystone deck. We can just like slow roll these deadly units.
Depends on what he's playing, but yeah, I was gonna say Waystone first turn for a time deck is often because you want to be able to play your Teacher of Humility turn 2. This can't go through, I'm afraid. Yeah. So I think it's Merchants, but yeah, I think it's Merchant, and you go Banish, I guess, just in case.
That will kill the thing.
You buying or not?
Yeah,
so you get rid of the 7-drop, or just like
the 7-drop, I believe. You grab Banish, just in case it goes through. It shouldn't, but if he's playing Praxis, it might.
Yeah. Okay, Elysium could be okay. Well, snap. Just like block every day.
Take this!
Well, our opponent's going to be
If he plays a second one, it's okay.
So are we going to Varus Favor here? I think we're past the point where they're going to be playing like a power unit.
The touch of shadow.
I mean, the only unit that bothers you in Elysian if you've played Varus Favor is Prince.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think that's common these days, so it's fine.
Yeah, Prince is a problem.
I mean, it is, but you've got the Banish for now, it's fine. Lumen Reclaim.
Are they...
Okay.
Okay, well, our opponent...
Oh, drawing your mask is great.
Let's just slam it.
Every day, yeah.
I'm happy just like to trade here, I guess.
Yeah, you wait. Huh. Unstable? Can be a lot of things in a... What?
Whoa, well, we're dead. Our opponent's just going to shuffle in 5 copies of Killer Lumens.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, so this is like a crown deck?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I
this is either Lumen Defender or Surge, the one you prefer.
Yeah, I think Lumen's just like
Time
because this will get us up to 6, which means we can do a 4 and a 2 if we want. Or if we draw a power and just like fire off the Nyctophobia. We've got Banish that will cover any crowns as well.
Yeah.
Banish. Not Banish. Oh, they didn't get it. Yes. Public Waystone was not active. We're good.
Yeah. Might have another one. Okay. This is very inefficient, removal-wise, to be honest.
Yeah. Just attack them back for 1.
Can you crest first?
Yeah, sure.
Just...
So we just have a Temple Scribe.
I like this, but...
Effectively, we can just keep this because it's effectively free to play.
Yeah, it's a power, and I think this is Surge and nothing else, but
Yeah. Are we just attacking for 1 though?
Yes.
Sadly, it's not a frog with a sword, but it'll...
On your feet, Wanderer!
I don't think you play the Mirror's Nightshade because you want to activate it next turn. It can also... In the worst case, it can pop face sieges.
Yeah. Generally not like the best use of certain power, but popping the face ages so that we can then kill a crown is probably more valuable. Right, so we're just going to Temple Scribe first to see what we get.
Sure.
It's written right here.
Ooh, merchant.
Let me just check your market.
It's got like...
I mean, this has got to be a Mask of Torment.
Yeah,
unless
like...
you want to get a Valor's Choice because you're afraid of the killer. The other possibility is activating the Surge.
Yeah. If we grab Mask, we can't actually play it, which is sort of sad.
Yeah.
Because we're on
I'd
6.
activate the Surge.
Yeah. Also just like gives us a 5/5, which looks pretty good here.
Yeah, and it can't be killed for free anymore.
Yeah. Don't think I'm gonna just not offering the trade there. Whoops.
There you go. I think you were right to activate the Surge. Okay, This is a fun deck.
Yeah, we're just in like complete meme tier here. I think I'm happy just to like double block because we've got no.
Yeah, sure. We've got no use for our unit. Well, that's good. I think it's Fenris, Activation, and Magus.
Just a touch
I
of
like that.
poison. Breathe it
Creep on the
in.
nose.
Okay,
Souls
Magus.
in the darkness.
So we've got two really good blockers here. I'm happy to trade this off because we've got Dark Return anyway.
Yeah,
So that's all Titan. Ooh,
that gets rid of one of them, so probably the Magus. And we can trade.
snap.
Take this.
You got the banish for the Titan if you need to.
Yeah. Do we want to grab a crown because that's 3/7. So that's 7
Yeah,
power
yeah,
plus
yeah.
we get to banish.
Plus we get the Waystone.
Customer.
Let's get rid of this time sigil. We'll just have to do this like the old-fashioned way and just get some tormentors going.
Waystone and activate the and play a Thurge.
Yeah, do you want to Theurge? We could just take 6 off this Titan anyway.
On
Yeah.
your feet, wanderer.
So, Port needs to be in trouble. We do have to like be a little bit concerned about Equivocate maybe. But I've no idea.
Equivocate.
I've no idea like how they're making room at this point because this is a lot of stuff that's got going on.
I'm mostly worried of our. Okay, this is fine. I'm mostly worried about our card draw being low right now. We need some more Nightfall.
Yeah. So do you want to?
Yeah, yes.
Something catch your eye.
Oh, well, here's a second copy crown.
Yes. Yeah, but you can't actually let him have the crown when you're playing a Nightfall deck. It's
Yeah.
impossible. Okay, so
So boot the crown.
I would go for the Encroaching Darkness,
Yeah.
so that you've got permanent card draw.
You buying or not?
This is leaving the Surge behind, but I think it's necessary. Since you can play it this turn, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so
Let's
getting
have
it.
fun!
yeah, so our point is appreciating our fun times here. We've got a nice blocker here for whatever tries to attack in. Hailstorm.
This guy is playing Hailstorm.
How do they literally have room in this deck to do anything?
No, but it's not the problem. How do they justify losing all their units except the Reclaimer and the Titan? Okay, this is so nice. I love this deck.
I love this
You can
activation.
do everything, so who cares? You can activate the Surge. It's 6
We'll
to
just
activate
leave-
it, right?
Yeah, so we just need to leave 5 or so. We can do it once, I guess. And then see if we want to do this, because we'd have 5 left over, so we can do everything if we want.
I would go. Yeah, I would go definitely Magus on the board.
Yeah. So do you want to annihilate this and then
No,
attack
no,
for
no,
6?
no. Just wait.
Just
You
wait.
can't attack for. Oh, you can attack for 6. Yeah, no. Wait. You play the Magus and you wait with the Annihilate.
Souls in the
We want to try and hit
darkness.
Xeno Initiation or something.
Definitely, and also since he's playing Reclaimer, you don't want to put units in his graveyard too early. Just continue.
Yeah, especially not ones that's already got abilities like the Sandstorm Titan.
Okay, start turn. Yeah. Now you can activate the mask, the first one, and Annihilate, which is nice.
Yeah, so
You delay it.
let's play the
So-
Xeno Banner out to get us 22.
Test the Annihilate first.
Yeah.
Because if he's got an Equivocate, you want it to, see. Equivocate is fine because he's
It's
giving
fine
you
though,
an
'cause it
8
gives us
drop.
like a... So
Yeah.
this
So
is
you use the
important.
one with the most power.
Use the one with the
Yeah.
most power. Because this is something I'm never sure of, so... you can either go for the one with the most power or the one with the least. We're going to go for the plus 10.
Yeah.
I am free.
So, if you attack with this 8
There was an argument for attacking with the 6/6 as well, but I mean it's
Yeah.
fine if you want to keep it as a blocker. Since he's playing Hailstorm, I'm a bit worried about the 6/6. But okay, that went through. So he's dead in 4 turns.
Yeah.
Because Nightfall passes through the Waystone, so the
Yeah,
I don't know which one it is. It's Cobalt
Yeah,
Waystone.
Cobalt, yeah. The blue
So
one.
yeah, he needs to find something, which isn't that easy.
Yeah, so do we need to worry about Hailstorm here? So
the block is 3/4 into 3/3, I believe.
Yeah.
And nothing blocks the 4/4.
Yeah, we can just like take damage. So
Yeah.
if this gets complicated, we get a 10 drop. Most 10 drops are quite horrendous.
Oh
for our
yeah, it's a
opponent.
10 drop.
End hostilities.
That's not enough.
Okay, so end hostilities into a Equivocate. Cool. Oh, we've got Scourge of Froststone.
Oh my god, this is beautiful. Okay.
So we can actually just bounce one of
so
those
many
dudes
things.
as well.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Just keep in mind that they're not going to be silenced because there is the Cobalt
face
Waystone.
Yeah.
So give me a sec.
Well, we only need to deal 2 damage to them this turn, and then they die on their turn.
To be honest, I would even go for the Sandstorm Scarf and just block. You know?
Yeah. No, 'cause I mean, like,
So-
if we remove one of the blockers and we attack with these, they have to block the 6/6, and then they take 4.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I'm going to
that's
play this
useful.
Scourge of Froststone first, just because that's sweet.
Such a troll. Okay.
Hey, you never know what they could be playing. They could have, like, one-cast answer. It's like, nope, stop that.
Beautiful.
Search the
Didn't even
shadows.
see it. I was focused on the Encroaching
You
Darkness.
know? Sometimes
Yeah,
all there is
it
our
works
best.
against the Legion kind of something. Don't really know what that deck was, to be honest.
I mean, it's sweet.
It's sweet. It is. It really is. So I love this deck, this Encroaching Darkness. The main point is you're giving your opponent free card draw, which is never good, but
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
I mean, maybe that's a change you could make, is that you could try Teacher, because then the free cards are awful for them as well.
Yeah, also you already have 2 time requirements, so it could work. I don't know what you would play it instead of. Maybe the Feasters, to be honest.
Yeah,
At some
maybe.
point, the Feasters aren't great, to be honest. You could. I like Sandstorm Scarf in the market because the deck has so much deadly units and Dark Returns and Annihilate that you kind of can prevent your opponent from developing a flying board and just go over you. But you could remove Sandstorm Scarf and just play Wasp or Carnosaur in the market for the Ikaria matchup and let the rest the same and play the Teachers. Just remove the Feasters.
Yeah. But I mean, I enjoy the deck. It's a deck that can actually go off, and
I like this deck.
yeah, I'm gonna experiment with this.
I'm gonna try your Argent Control ID, to be honest. Like with the Encroaching Darkness, it looks great.
Yeah, so this is like a really old deck list, but maybe it could be worth like bringing back, especially with New Vara or whatever other Shadow toys we're gonna get.
With New Vara and Encroaching Darkness with Macto is nice because you get your Mactos sooner. You could have like a sub theme, a revenge sub theme with all of this. I love it. Okay, so this was an Encroaching Darkness deck. What do you want to do next?
Yeah. So should we move on a little bit, maybe to some sort of advice for new players, or just
Oh god, advice for new players.
do you want me to go first?
What could we say?
Give you a minute to think.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So as a new player, stop dusting stuff. That's like the first thing to do. Just like, so I'll show you my collection, and admittedly this has taken me like nearly 2 years to get, but where's the best place to show? Like profile? I'm like, I've got,
yeah, you can go profile and check.
got a full premium set. Let's be full normal. Well, who knows? This is it. Yeah, so I've got like what I'd consider a complete competitive collection, and that only started to happen when I stopped dusting stuff. Oh, I just like show my shame here. I've just been like unranked in draft. But yeah, so I originally, when I started playing, was just dusting stuff and trying to make new decks. I was like flying all over the place. And then it'd just be, I'd play one deck and I'd own one deck, then maybe make a little second one, and then be like, I'm bored with these two. dust all the stuff and make another one. But you need to remember that every time you do that, you're basically losing like 75% of your shiftstone value, unless like nerfs are involved. So just play like a slightly suboptimal deck if you want to. Like really attack rares. That's a really good thing you want to do. Just like building stuff like Unseen Commander and Valkyrie Enforcer, because they are just staples across so many decks, and you don't want to be dusting this stuff because it'll come back. Like when you've got a better grip of the game, you can find out what's actually just like stone unplayable. So something like, I don't know, is it Mating Call? Is that a rare? I think I don't even get it. Yeah. So like when you find something like this and then you just like, for sure this is basically just dust, so I can craft something else. Maybe you can, but just at first, just don't dust stuff. Because it was...
Yeah, you're losing a lot of shifts when you do that.
Yeah, because you don't get like a quarterback. Like I really like dust sort of economies because it feels a lot fairer than actually just having to open boosters only. But have you got...
You can look at tier lists to check out, because the one thing that's worth crafting is legendaries, and you're getting so many rares that you're gonna get eventually the one that you need. And I understand crafting the last rare, but it's not great value. But legendaries are a different kind of beast, and you want to craft the ones that you need to make your deck function. And you can look at tier lists to do that. There are a few that are quite efficient. I don't know if there's any revised one, and they're gonna be there's gonna be meta changes with the campaign, so we'll see if they actually update. But you can look at one of them. I'm sure the Reddit has a list, and a list of the tier lists.
Yeah.
And you can just check the legendaries that are working in the factions you want to play and the archetypes you want to play. That's actually, like, that would be an interesting thing to add to the tier list. I think most of them don't include what decks the legendaries are most played in, so it could be something to add. Yeah. Anyway, you check out the good legendaries and worth crafting legendaries, and just remember that if you go to master every month, which isn't impossible, really, you can ask around. You can get some. Like I went to master the first 4 times. Maybe I went to master with a Rakano aggro deck. Like it was the good old times of Rakano aggro, and there's no shame in that. You can net deck it, and who cares? You get a premium legendary at the end of the month, and that's important for your collection. You can get something great. You can get something that you don't like, but if you don't like it, then it's worth it to maybe disenchant it, and you can craft the legendary you want.
Because that end of month reward is either a legendary that you do want or a playset of rares. Like it doesn't have to be it doesn't matter what you get, because it's just dust at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And with the Twitch drops as well, I think it should be a lot quicker for people to make collections. Because like you should be able to, even free to play, make your first like tier 1 deck or whatever, like after a couple of weeks, and from there that'll be able to propel you forward, because your win rate will be enough that you'll be able to get you 9 wins a day, and then eventually just be able to pick up like the second deck. And if you
definitely
start with something like you really want to play mid range, then start on Praxis tokens, because the way that develops into like Praxis mid range, it opens up Xenon and Elysian, and then later on down the line it'll open Combrei mid range. And then you've started with this one archetype that's then spread across like all the factions as well.
Mainly the time legendaries are staples in most time decks. So except the 3 factions TGP decks, you'll get value out of Titan, obviously, but also Behemoth and Teacher. You'll get value out of them. You can play them. There's no problem. It's always a good drop. So if you have anything to craft and you like playing mid-range and time mid-range, go for the time legendaries. It's fine. The other factions, like obviously you've got Icaria, but we need to check out how the campaign is going to interact with Icaria. You've got a few staples in each faction, so check out the tier list and go for the ones that interest you. And go to master every month. Clearly, at ads, you can check out the Discords, you can check out the subreddit. You've got a lot of people that are willing to help. Like streamers are always, most of them are great and so willing to help. Like I know at least 5 or 6 of them that will take your deck list and check them out and modify them and give them back to you, just so that they can be very playable on ladder. Most of them have a great level of play. So yeah, go for it. Ask around. Go to master. Do it. If you're good at draft, go to master in draft as well.
Yeah, if you can do well in draft, you'll just get through a collection so quickly as well. As you can see from my shame over here, I'm still unranked. I need to actually play a game of draft so I get my min reward.
Yeah, but even if you just go to like silver, maybe I think it's an unco, premium unco, but you just grab any kind of shifter that you can, and you'll get your deck soon enough. If you want to get better at the game, so ranked is the place, but also I'd recommend tournaments. You've got the ETS, you've got the ECL. It's free to play. You've got Direwolf that's starting to actually come into the tournament world of Eternals.
And
so
you even
you've
do
got
like a Friday tournament,
stuff.
don't you still?
Yes, we do the casual Friday. That's true.
Yeah, so you can go in there with like a little bit less of an optimized deck, just have some fun for a couple of rounds.
Definitely, like it's usually top players that play in it as well, and that's always good to have. Like, they don't play optimum decks; they just go for something that's fun, and you can play your deck against people that have a great level but are not playing something with tier 1 cards in it. So that could be a great way to actually start the tournament experience. Something that I recommend, but you can check out any tournament that's happening. They're all very welcoming of newcomers. So anything. It's always worth it to train against people that are better than you, and that's basically what the tournaments are about.
Just networking as well. Like if you're going to meet someone else who's playing, you'll be able to ask them questions, and it's just easier to iterate off someone else's ideas rather than to just try to figure it out on your own. You're just going to hit against the wall, really.
I mean, that's definitely a way to get in touch with great players at the game. I wouldn't have met like Tony or other players in the game without like the tournaments, and it's a great way to find people that can give you advice, that can give you feedback on your deck or your misplays or whatever. It always helps, really does.
Yeah, so I think that pretty much covers like for the most of what we wanted to be doing today. So in the future, hopefully the internet would be fixed into a stable.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, because
looks like a great series. If you're taking, you would be taking like what, content creators and newcomers.
Yeah, so anyone who's new just wants to like jump on Discord, give me a call, or just anyone who wants to ask questions in the Twitch chat, or anyone who's a new content creator wants to talk about that. I'm really happy to. So I'm probably going to try and do this like once a month. I'm not sure when the first version of it's going to actually be, because I need to get the internet fixed first. So I might do a couple that are just sort of recorded locally. I think Taco Lord has registered interest that they'd like to, as well as Ray, who comes from the Elder Scrolls, but I think there's a lot more attention on the game now, so just being more inclusive for new players who've come from other games is just going to help us grow as a community.
Perfect. This looks great.
I suppose the next bit is I've just had like an hour plus of your time. Is there anything you want to plug or like ask the audience or anything like that?
Not much. I'm not much for self promotion, to be honest. I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity. It was great. Had a great time in playing my beautiful Encroaching Darkness deck that you almost lost with. Like we're only gonna consider the victory. You crushed him. Maybe, I don't know. You did great. So it was a great time. Thank you very much. And yeah, anybody that wants any info on tournaments, you've got the Discord. You can hit me up on Discord as well. Phoenixton, you should find me quite active. You can basically that's it. But you can don't hesitate if you have any trouble with the game or anything. I guess that Results and I'm going to be available to help you. So don't hesitate to do that, and thank you very much for the opportunity. And
you're going to be usually the Great Parliament Discord as well, so maybe I should give a link to that so people can come up.
Yeah, if you want to, you can definitely. Like we mostly organize tournaments, and we have a general Discord for newcomers questions, or just like people that want to talk about deck lists and everything. We've got some great players in it, so don't hesitate to come and ask for advice.
Okay, cool. So I think we can probably wrap it up there. Gonna give it a little bit of an edit before I put it uploaded, but I think I've actually not got that much work to do. It was pretty seamless, and you were pretty good on camera, nice and comfortable.
I was very nervous. Don't tell anyone.
Actually is.
Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope you and any viewer has a great time.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. We'll see you around.